And we welcome you to the Big Train Baseball Network as the Bethesda Big Train get ready to take on the Silver Spring Tacoma Thunderbolts. A doubleheader here from Silver Spring, Maryland at Montgomery Blair High School. The Big Train coming off a big victory against the Gaithersburg Giants last night, 13-3 the final. I'm with my partner Eli Kleinman. I'm Adam Glover. We appreciate you being with us. First pitch here in game one, just about to happen in a few minutes. But the T-Bolts have taken the field. The national anthem has concluded. Evan Rochelle, the left-hander, will be the starter, but we'll go ahead and take a look at the starting lineup first for the Big Train here in game one. Leading off will be the first baseman, Eddie Hakopian, followed by the shortstop, Connor Rasmussen, and the left fielder, Jacob Orr. 4, 5, and 6, the designated hitter, Jason Schiavone, the right fielder, Teddy Ruffner, and the third baseman, Jack Guerrero. Bottom half of the order, 7, 8, 9, the center fielder, Dean Twigo, the second baseman, Casey Bishop, and the catcher, Nick DeLisi. And Eli, a lefty on the mound. We've seen the Big Train this year have problems with lefties, but some key guys like Jeffrey Hurd, who is a lefty, not in the lineup for game one.
Yeah, the Big Train are going to try and get everyone some action today with 2 games, and not a surprise with how many games they have down the stretch in a short period of time without a day off. They're going to try to get some guys a little bit of rest.
Again, Evan Rochelle, the left-hander on the mound, the Wrightsville, Pennsylvania man who goes to Millersville University, junior, standing at 5'11", to face Eddie Hakopian. And the first pitch, a breaking ball in there for a strike. Rochelle with some great numbers so far this season for a struggling T-Bolts team. Back-to-back breaking balls in there, and Eddie Hakopian immediately behind 0-2.
Yeah, great command on that slider early. It's going to be a big pitch for him.
So Hakopian has to protect, swings at a fastball, inside-out swing. This one goes down the line, but foul. Headed towards the right field corner. Still 0-2. Rochelle, again, great numbers, sub-4 ERA. This is start number 5 on the season for the left-hander, and a solid 2-0 record. The 0-2. This one, Hakopian has to reach out and pops the fastball out of play. We'll do it again at no balls and 2 strikes. Again, Hakopian, Rasmussen, and Orr in the lineup as the first 3 guys. Hakopian fouls a 3rd straight pitch off, all of them to the right side, and continuing to battle.
And Hakopian had a really good day yesterday. Reached base 4 times.
The 0-2 is a fastball that misses too high and outside. A ball and 2 strikes. Very warm day here in Silver Spring, Maryland. The first pitch at 5:03 p.m. 1-2, breaking ball. Hakopian out in front of it and fouls it off. And we'll do it again. Hakopian, though, showing signs of life in this AB, just trying to find the pitch he wants. Rochelle delivers. Hakopian in the air out toward right center field. This ball is deep. This one's going to get down and will go to the wall. Hakopian will easily get into second base standing. A leadoff double to the opposite field. And it was the right fielder, Joseph Kalick, who tried to make a dive by the 357 sign in right center and came up with nothing.
Yeah, a dive that is more frustration than an attempt on the ball. Wasn't very close to it, but a ball that was just a fly ball, but hitting the right spot and able to find the grass in right center field. And Eddie Hakopian continues to produce like he did last summer, like he did in Maryland this spring in the last 2 games.
Well, here is Connor Rasmussen now. Rochelle out of the stretch. Rasmussen swings at the first pitch, grounds this one over to short. The throw to first in time by Amani Jones, and Rasmussen on the first pitch retired for the first out. We'll bring up Jacob Orr to the plate, who was 1 for 3 in yesterday's game with an RBI, a double, a walk, and was eventually pinched hit for by John Long. Same situation, runner in scoring position, now just 1 out. Orr waits on the off-speed pitch, grounds this one to short. No one covering third. Now the throw to first, not going to be in time. Amani Jones, his best chance to get an out would be to go to third, but the third baseman, Michael Heckman, was not there, and by the time Jones tried to make the throw to first, Orr had beaten it out.
Yeah, that's going to go down as a fielder's choice, but it really should go down as an error on the third baseman, Michael Heckman. Not a fielding error, but a mental error. On a ground ball to the left side, you need to cover third base with a runner at second, and he just did not do it.
So the Big Train offense, they hope it carries over, and it's a good start here in game one. Runners at the corners. Jason Schiavone waits on a breaking ball and takes it low. Good location on that outside corner. But even if Schiavone was able to make contact, likely rolling one to the right side. Want to know the count. Hakopian at third or at first. Pickoff attempt to first, or is going to be thrown out. No, safe. Got around the tag. Jacob Orr with some pace running wizardry and gets in safely. The pickoff attempt was to first, Orr heading to second, and the throw from McMath from first to second base well in time, but Orr got around the tag.
And frustration on the mound for Evan Rochelle. He's shaking his head. He's unhappy. A couple mistakes by the infield for the T-Bolts.
So two in scoring position now. Schiavone takes this one outside. Now in a 2-0 count. Schiavone, an impressive day at the plate yesterday, just like many of these Big Train players. No official at bat for him. 3 walks and a sacrifice fly, getting an RBI on that plate appearance as well. Takes that one. Breaking ball that misses as well. Now 3 balls and no strikes, and Schiavone a chance to walk again.
He's reached base 5 times in the last 2 games. Had 2 hits the night before.
Fastball down and in. Ball 4. Schiavone draws the walk. 4 pitches, and the bases are loaded now for the Big Train. Evan Rochelle already in trouble. Now, walks are something you're not going to see from the lefty. That's just the 8th walk so far this year in 26 2/3 innings. Fitting, though, it comes from Schiavone, a guy who has now walked 21 times in 22 games. So here's Teddy Ruffner. He takes the first pitch breaking ball in there for a strike.
Yeah, Schiavone top 5 in the league in walks.
Ruffner, another substitution for the Big Train in yesterday's game, and now gets the start in game 1. This one chopped to third. Hickman will take it to the bag. The throw to first in the dirt and gets away. Hakopian scores. Schiavone will go to third. Ruffner will just head back to first. And what looked to be a potential inning-ending double play turns into a run as Heckman got the out at third, unassisted, but the throw low to first extends the inning.
It's one of those plays where probably should have thought about coming home because the ball wasn't hit all that hard. The grass a little bit longer, and it takes too much time. Tried to get the double play and unsuccessful.
Jack Guerrero fouls the first one off. Now 2 outs in the inning, both via the ground ball. But runners at the corners for the number 6 hitter in the lineup, Guerrero, who started the game but was a substitute, or was substituted for early by Dixon Williams. Guerrero swings out to second base, and the flip will be underhanded to second, and the inning ends with Zane Gross making the play to limit the damage. The Big Train do score a run, but they strand 2. Good start, though, for the offense as we go to the bottom of the first. Jesse Gutierrez, the lefty, goes out to face the T-Bolts lineup.
The juice is in the mix, it'll fix you up. I'm gonna ride the boogie train till the sun comes up. Ride the boogie train, ride the boogie train, ride the boogie train till the sun comes up. Meet me in the corner alone. 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 Boogie down, mix up. Boogie down, fix up. The juice is in the mix, it'll fix you up. I'm gonna ride that boogie train till the sun comes up. Ride that boogie train, ride that boogie train, ride that boogie train till the sun comes up. Till the sun comes up. Till the sun comes up. Ride that boogie train, ride that boogie train, ride that boogie train till the sun comes up. Hey baby, I love the way you move. Say hey baby, I love the way you groove. Hey baby, I love the way you move. Say hey baby, I love the way you boogie down. Hey baby, I love the way you move.
Well, Jesse Gutierrez is out on the mound for the Big Train and one of the most reliable pitchers so far in the Cal Ripken League. He's going to face a Silver Spring lineup who is trying to make some noise to spoil the Big Train's division lead. The first pitch is chopped down the third base line by Quincy Villa, and it will go foul. We'll look at the lineup here. Quincy Villa again leads off. He's the starting left fielder. Then the right fielder, Joseph Calic, and the shortstop, Amani Jones. 4, 5, and 6, the first baseman, Jonathan McMath. The center fielder, Matthew Sokoli, and the DH, Beck Ropsky. Bottom half of the order, 7, 8, 9, the catcher, Eric Ridner. The second baseman, Zane Gross, and the third baseman, Michael Heckman. Gutierrez going to a breaking ball, and that's a called strike. So Quincy Villa already behind, no balls and 2 strikes.
And command has always been one of Jesse's strengths on the mound.
Goes with a high fastball, gets a swing and a miss, and a good start for Jesse Gutierrez. It's out number 1. Gutierrez,
It wasn't on there.
fastball, curveball, slider, and a changeup for the lefty. And a more of a pitch to contact sort of guy. We've mentioned it many times this year. He looks for that soft contact, tries to work through the order quickly as his first pitch misses outside to Joseph Calic, a ball and no strikes. However, starting here with a strikeout. Working quickly, goes with a high fastball. Check swing, and Calic did not go around. Gutierrez, though, still searching for win number 1 on the season. 0-1 record, 4 no decisions in his first 5 starts. This one fouled out of play. Calic swinging 2-0. Last time out against the DC Grays, tossed a stellar 6 innings of 2-run ball, only 1 of it earned. And that was in game 1 of the doubleheader, in which the Big Train, being the home team, walked off in 8 innings, but also being a 7-inning doubleheader. This one fouled off as well. And now 2-2. And speaking of 7-inning doubleheaders, is what is occurring today. Both games just 7 innings, with the second one starting 30 minutes after the conclusion of game 1. Gutierrez winds, goes with a curveball, and he gets the called third strike on the corner. Gutierrez could start, showing off both of his breaking balls early on, and it's out number 2.
Yeah, when he has command like that, he is going to be a tough pitcher to hit. Both the slider and the curveball can be thrown for strikes consistently.
Well, here's Amani Jones, number 3 hitter in the lineup. Gutierrez works a fastball, and it's a called strike. Gutierrez has already tied Eli the amount of strikeouts he had last week. He had 2 in 6 innings against the Grays, now 2 in the first 2 hitters he's faced. That breaking ball misses too far outside.
It's an interesting dilemma for the Big Train because he can strike out a ton of guys, but when he does, he throws more pitches and does not allow him to go as long into games.
1-1, misses low, 2 balls and a strike. The longest he has gone this year has been the 6th innings. The most amount of strikeouts he's had was 6 back on June 18th when he tossed 5 shutout innings against the Crop Dusters. This one lined out towards center field. It's going to fall in front of Dean Twigo. It's going to be a base hit. And Amani Jones has gotten the T-Bolts in the hit column with a 2-out single. And with that ball going to Twigo, we'll look at the defense real quick for the Big Train, left to right in the outfield. Jacob Orr in left, Dean Twigo in center, and Teddy Ruffner in right. The left side of the infield, Jack Guerrero at third, Connor Rasmussen at short. The right side, Casey Bishop at second, Eddie Akopian at first, and Nick DeLisi behind the plate. And Jonathan McMath will take a first pitch slider too far outside, a ball and no strikes. Lefty on lefty matchup. Gutierrez going back to the same pitch and misses as well. 2-0 the count. Batting average hasn't been there this summer for McMath, hitting near the Mendoza line at .204. Has 10 RBIs though in 17 games. Fastball on the corner, too far outside. 3-0 the count.
Yeah, a couple fastballs after the first pitch curveball from Gutierrez, and he has just missed consistently on that outer part of the plate, just by a couple inches.
Gutierrez got to be careful here, the 3-0. This one hit in the air out toward right center field. This ball is going to split Twigo and Ruffner and go to the wall. Twigo was able to retrieve it, and it's going to be a stand-up double for Jonathan McMath. And as soon as Gutierrez got those first two strikeouts, all of a sudden the T-Bolts, the offense, coming alive in the first.
Yeah, a nice piece of hitting by McMath. Gets a fastball over the plate, and on 3-0 not taking, decides to attack and drives one into the gap. The ball doesn't roll all that well here at Blair Field because the grass is a little bit longer, but still able to cruise into second rather easily with a double.
And now you got to really be careful here. Matthew Sicoli up to the plate. 300 hitter, and he takes the first pitch fastball in there for a strike. Just 4 extra base hits, though, this summer in 19 games, but has found ways to get on base consistently. Fastball from Gutierrez a little far outside to even up the count. Gutierrez working out of the windup. He gets a cut on and miss here on a fastball. Now 1-2. Gutierrez in control of this at bat. Coley has been a bit of a strikeout threat, 17 and 19 games. The fastball misses. A little far on the corner. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
That's a good pitch. That's right where Gutierrez wants it, on that lower outside corner, but just doesn't get the call.
Now the 2-2, sticking with the fastball a little low, and the count goes full, and Gutierrez at risk of loading up the bases. Three balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. First base is open. Gutierrez delivers this one, fouled back into the net. He's had good command of all 4 pitches early on in this game, but tough facing a right-handed hitter if you want to go with a breaking ball. Sticking with a fastball, and Gutierrez gets the strikeout. He K's the side despite the 2 hits mixed in between. So good stuff for the left-hander. 2 runners are left stranded for the T-Bolts, but we're through 1 here from Silver Spring, Maryland. A 1-0 lead for the Big Train. Reached the second inning here from Silver Spring, Maryland. Dean Twygo to lead this inning off. The Big Train looking to add to their one-run lead. The bottom half of the order due up, and Twygo rolls this one over to first. This one will be taken to the bag unassisted for out number 1. So Twygo immediately retired on 2 pitches, and it brings up Casey Bishop to the plate. Bishop getting the start at second base in this game, and he'll take a first pitch breaking ball inside. The 1-0. Breaking ball high, 2 balls and no strikes. Two out to Bishop, a fastball too far inside. Now 3 balls and no strikes. Only 1 walk in that first inning for the Big Train. That was by Jason Schiavone. Bishop taking all the way. A fastball on the corner for a strike, 3-1. Nick DeLisi waiting on deck for the Big Train. 3-1, Bishop chops this one off his foot, and the count will go full.
Train would love some insurance here in the second. Try and get a rally started with the bottom of the lineup.
Now the 3-2, a breaking ball. Bishop rolls this one over to Heckman at third. Long throw to first and a good stretch to retire Casey Bishop for out number 2. So Heckman has been busy down there at third so far, and 2 quick outs for Rochelle. And now he'll have to face the number 9 hitter, Nick DeLisi. First one to DeLisi, a breaking ball, a little far outside, a ball and no strikes. Rochelle working quickly. DeLisi chops this one. Rochelle spears it on the mound. The throw to first a little high, but McMath comes down on the bag, and the inning ends. The Big Train retired 1-2-3 in the second quickly by the lefty Rochelle. To the bottom half of the second we go. Gutierrez returns to the mound.
The juice is in the mix, it'll fix you up. I'm gonna ride the boogie train till the sun comes up. Ride the boogie train, ride the boogie train, ride the boogie train till the sun comes up. Meet me in the corner, no. 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 Boogie down, fix up. Boogie down, fix up. The juice is in the mix, it'll fix you up. I'm gonna ride that boogie train till the sun comes up. Ride that boogie train, ride that boogie train, ride that boogie train till the sun comes up. Till the sun comes up. Till the sun comes up. Ride that boogie train, ride that boogie train, ride that boogie train till the sun comes up. Hey baby, I love the way you move. Say hey baby, I love the way you groove.
Bottom of the second inning, Jesse Gutierrez returns to the mound, and we are joined now by Max Martzoff for the second straight night. How we doing, Max?
I'm good. How are you guys doing? Thanks for having me.
Of course. Max will be with us for, who knows, for as long as he wants, as Gutierrez's first pitch to Orofsky is a fastball a little high and outside. What do you think of Jesse so far? Got into a little bit of trouble, but 3 strikeouts, good start.
Yeah, no, I think he's doing a great job. I mean, he's just got to keep filling the zone up like he is right now, and once he gets that off speed working, no one's going to touch him.
Orofsky fouls the 0-1 back. Or the 1-0 back, rather, excuse me, and it evens up the count. Gutierrez working quickly again back from the windup. That's on the corner. Now it goes to 1-2.
That's a great location, especially on a 1-1 pitch, getting that low outside corner.
Gutierrez shakes off a sign, now has something he wants. 1-2, goes back to the fastball, lined right out to Casey Bishop, and he makes the catch for out number 1. Brings up Eric Ridner. This is great having Max here because, I mean, I played baseball when I was young, but I never played high school. Eli did, but he didn't play much, so sometimes we just talk and we have no idea what we're talking about when it comes to. Well, no, that's your quote. There's a breaking ball to
There's a
Ridner
difference
there for
when
a
you
strike.
can say it and
Okay,
I
I'm
can
sorry.
say it. I can make the joke about myself.
My fault. 0-1 from Gutierrez on the corner, a little far
what was
outside. Now 1-1, but it's good because we have somebody with a pitching background here.
Yeah, it helps to know a little bit of baseball.
Breaking ball way far inside. Now 2 balls and a strike. Gutierrez ready, the 2-1. Something off, this one on the ground. And it's past the dive of Connor Rasmussen into center field for a base hit, and Eric Ridner, the catcher, is on with a 1-out single.
You know Jesse's going to miss it over the plate when they're hitting the ball pretty hard. He doesn't really give up those barrels as you normally see him
No.
pitch this summer.
No, he's a soft contact, a lot of ground ball kind of guy.
He's got that wicked tail on that fastball, and then when he's got that off-speed working, then you could jam him.
Here's Zane Gross, the second baseman for the T-Bolts, and he takes a fastball up and in. A ball and no strikes.
You have a nice movement on your fastball as well.
Yeah,
Yes.
I've been told I have had some pretty nice run on a fastball.
Do you use a different grip, or is that just a fastball grip that comes
It's-
naturally?
So I do a natural four-seam grip, but instead of having my fingers separated, I put them closer together. And I think it's also based on the arm angle I have, low three-quarter slot.
It's a ball and a strike right now on Zane Gross. Gutierrez taking his time, working out of the stretch, now delivers this one on the ground into left field for a base hit. Rasmussen shaded towards the second base bag, so it finds the open hole, and it's back-to-back 1-out singles for the T-Bolts.
That's another soft hit ball that just finds a hole.
Those are the worst hits. You hate to give up those kind of base hits as a pitcher. Very frustrating. You know you got your job done, and when it squeaks through like that, it's very frustrating. Then you got to just go after the next guy and see what happens.
2 on, 1 out. Number 9 hitter Michael Heckman to face Gutierrez, and he gives him a breaking ball that catches the inside corner, 0-1.
That was gross.
That was gross. He's got 2 breaking balls, but the curve is ridiculous for
Yes,
him.
it is.
Oh, 0-1 the count. Gutierrez looking the runner at second. Now delivers. Goes with a fastball. And Heckman behind. Now 0-2.
Now that one seemed to have a little more run than it did ride.
Explain the
Yes,
difference.
because for the viewers at home.
So, run is when the ball's tailing. Ride is when it gets that vertical movement. So that ball seemed to have a little more outside movement than it did vertical movement.
On the ground to short. Could be 2. Rasmussen the flip to second for 1. Relay to first. Not in time. So it's a fielder's choice. The out recorded at second. Just 2 slowly hit. Rasmussen and Bishop up the middle. Team up for an out.
That's the ground ball he is looking for, but this grass a little bit longer and makes it tricky to turn 2 unless it's hit hard.
It does seem to be a little thicker than the average field, doesn't it?
Well, I'll have a question for you in a second. Here's Quincy Villa back to the top of the lineup. That's in the dirt. Good
save,
stop
Nick.
by Nick DeLisi. What do you think of that field, even though you didn't pitch? What do you think of that field in Gaithersburg yesterday? Be nice, too. Be nice.
Okay, that field was very brutal. I felt like I was in the rough at a golf course.
I think our GM, Michael Michaud, said that, too, that it felt like playing in the rough.
And that's a generous way to say that about that field.
So it's a ball and a strike. Quincy Villa. Gutierrez with a throw over, runner back in time.
Does that change your approach depending if you know the grass is way longer and thicker at certain fields?
Actually, it does, because if the grass seems to be more thinner, then I look to make the hitters have contact. That way, because the ball is going to not slow down to my defense. They're going to make plays for me. If the grass is thicker, I'm
Chop to third. Guerrero, the throw to first, not going to be in time. Runner headed to third. Hakopian's throw on the line in
Good throw,
time. Eddie Hakopian with a great throw. The run does come in and will count. So it's a tie ball game. But Hakopian, after the late throw from Guerrero, picks him up and throws out the runner. 2 innings down here out of 7. Again, 2 7-inning games with a doubleheader. It's a 1-1 tie.
The cheese in the mix, it'll fix you up. I'm gonna ride that boogie train till the sun comes up. Ride that boogie train, ride that boogie train, ride that boogie train till the sun comes up. Meet me in the corner alone. 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 Boogie, boogie, boogie down.
Top of the order due up here in the third. Eddie Hakopian will lead it off, now on a 1-1 tie. Game 1 of 2 from Montgomery Blair High School. Hakopian swings, pops the first pitch up.
Drop
foul
it.
territory. That's going to drop in foul. Eli Kleinman. Max Martzoff also still with us for another half inning.
So going back to the question that we never got to finish, you were speaking about the difference on how you pitch when the grass is a little longer and a
Yeah.
little thicker.
So, yeah, when the grass is thicker, you want to be more of a strikeout pitcher, or a fly ball, or get fly balls. You don't want to depend on your defense, or especially your infield, to play back when you know the ball is just going to be slowed down by the grass. If the grass is thinner, pitch to contact. Let your defense do the work, because your job is already to throw strikes. Let your defense enjoy some time out there as well.
0-2.
Get up the
Hakopian
middle.
on the ground, up the middle and into center field. It's a diving stop made by the shortstop in the shallow center field grass, but Hakopian easily reaches for a second hit.
You're not that guy, pal.
Now, you go to Florida Atlantic.
Mm-hmm.
I go to North Florida in Jacksonville. What do you think of Boca Raton?
What's there not to like about Boca? 2 minutes from the beach. You're at a great party school, a great environment.
The criteria for Max is beach and parties.
Yeah, because I mean, oh, I know it's public.
Yeah.
But as a student athlete, you want to enjoy
Right.
yourself with school and athletics, but you also want to enjoy stuff that's off the field as well. I'm not saying that's the priority,
Yes.
but of course, playing baseball is my priority, and of course, school is my priority. I want to get my degree, but I'd like to enjoy myself a little bit more, you know?
You got a favorite moment yet down there in a game or in a
Oh.
practice or something with coach or something
Oh, that's
like that?
easy.
Okay.
Freshman year.
Ooh, Rasmussen with a bunt down the first base line. Underhand flip to first by Rochelle coming off the mound. A good bunt to move Hakopian over.
So, yeah, freshman year, we had a midweek against Florida Gulf Coast. 3 of our pitchers got used in the same inning, and they decided to put me in, bases loaded. We're up 6-4 with 1 out. I get the first kid on a strikeout, and then I get a pop-up to get out of the jam. and it's only the top of the fifth.
Yeah.
May I remind you. I ended up finishing the rest of the game with 11,
Really?
11 strikeouts.
I assume you won?
Yes, we won
That's
6-4. The score never changed when I came in.
Excellent.
Yeah, no, that was the high of my college career so far.
Well, those midweeks are always when the freshmen get in.
Yeah,
Those
yeah, usually.
non-conference games, those midweek games. Jacob Orr, the hitter right now on a 1-0 count. Hakopian out at second. 1 out.
Oh,
Hakopian
no.
runs, and now he's going to be in a rundown as Rochelle through to third. And Hakopian trying to work out of it. Still going. Hakopian diving into third. The tag going to be applied. Hakopian is out. And whoever's going to operate point streaks is going to have a tough time figuring out who that went to.
I swear I thought I saw the right fielder in that play.
I think you might have. I mean, you see the right fielder right now is moving back to the outfield, so I assume he went in.
Eddie was not going down without a fight.
No.
No, he was not.
Or sends one in the air out to right field. And is retired on a lazy fly ball to Calic. And the inning ends. The Big Train had an opportunity, but Hakopian thrown out on the bases as the left-hander Rochelle faces the minimum to the bottom of the third. Gutierrez returns in a 1-1 tie.
Down, fix up. The juice is in the mix, it'll fix you up. I'm gonna ride that boogie train till the sun comes up. Ride that boogie train, ride that boogie train, ride that boogie train till the sun comes up. Till the sun comes up. Till the sun comes up. Ride that boogie train, ride that boogie train, ride that boogie train till the sun comes up. Hey baby, I love the way you move. Say hey, hey baby, I love the way you groove. Hey baby, I love the way you move. Say hey, hey baby, I love the way you boogie down. Hey baby, I love the way you move, boogie down.
The Big Train had an opportunity, got a runner at second with only 1 out, but poor base running by Hakopian and a fly ball from Orr. Up to the first baseman, Halleck. The right fielder is retired.
And just want to thank Max
Max,
Martzoff
yes.
for coming on. Know you feel that some really cool insight into baseball and some Florida Atlantic insight as well.
Yeah, you're going to hear that answer a lot from people who go to schools in Florida. If it's not, usually they got the beach. This one in the air out toward left center. Or under it, he makes the grab, and Amani Jones is retired.
Blame anyone for wanting the beach?
No, no.
I mean-
See, if you're in Orlando,
Oh.
because of where location, Disney, bottom left, close to Kissimmee, UCF top right. This one line to third, single.
Yeah, we have some beaches out in Los Angeles, but it's about an hour away.
Yeah, we both live in very warm states. Lee up. Gutierrez, fastball. It's on the corner for a strike.
But
This one down and in. A ball and a strike. One thing I would like to mention, the Max Martzoff story, though. Florida Gulf Coast has been an extremely good baseball team the last few years, especially when not changed from year to year. So Max faced off as a freshman against some real tough hitters. Another throw from Gutierrez. McMath diving back in time.
that's a school with some notable alumni that people would
Right.
recognize. And Chris Sale.
That's the big one. That one fouled out of play. He's got a nice banner on the outside of their baseball stadium down there.
Jacob Barnes is another guy.
So ball and 2 strikes. Gutierrez trying to work out of it. He's trying to strand the runner at first. Gutierrez from the stretch delivers. Fastball hit. Bouncing off the warning track. Runner hits third. Coming around. It's an RBI double from Sicoli. And Matthew, who's still hitting over 300, strikes again and drives in the go-ahead run.
Yeah, that's just a ball that's crushed to center field. That's out in a couple of the
Right.
ballparks in this league. Yesterday, and Gaither's rally have helped the T-Bolts take their first lead of the day.
That's 403 feet to straightaway center field, and Twigo can really run as well, and that one just couldn't. Ball is hit by the pitch, and Arofsky will head down to first. And the command's just not there after those first 2 outs.
It's come and gone for Jesse today. He's been there at times, almost perfect
Yes.
at times, and then other times falls off just a little bit. And he's a guy who holds himself to such a high standard.
So far, so everything done by the T-Bolts is a called strike. At least 1 out, but the majority of this game has actually been with 2 outs.
Said it, and it's true. A lot of soft hits so far.
2 on. Ridner takes this one low, and it's a ball and a strike. We also will be joined eventually as well by Kaylee Tallman, our on-field reporter. She will be things. 1-1 is fouled off. Ball and 2 strikes, kind of finally toppled over the last pillar of the Big Train Baseball Network. We've had Harrison. Of course, you finished it.
Can pack it up for the season.
Right.
Call it a day.
Gutierrez from the stretch. Just the runner at second, takes his time, now delivers. High fastball, good run on it. Outside now, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Just trying to find that final out. Gutierrez delivers. This one low, taking something off. And the count goes full. And the runners will be off and going as well. So this is a huge moment in this game, especially with us being halfway through the being a 7-inning game.
Wonder if he might go to a breaking ball here. Could throw the curve ball.
And try to fool him, keep him off balance. 3-2. Oh, ground ball into left field. It's going to be a base hit. Went with the fastball. It's going to be an RBI single, and the throw gets away. Now nobody coming home. DeLisi bobbles it either way. 2 come in. Only 1 RBI, though, will be credited. A bad throw from Jacob Orr in left field to third. And it's a 4-1 lead now for the T-Bolts.
Yeah, that's just, again, a ground ball, and it just finds a hole. There have been a bunch of those hits today, and that one really cost the Big Train. And then the errant throw. The throw was intended to go to the third base bag, but
Yeah.
there was just nobody standing there.
Yeah, it was Connor Rasmussen, the shortstop, who was trying to run over and cover, and the throw went all the way to the backstop down here at home plate. Jesse Gutierrez didn't realize it initially, and Nick DeLisi bobbled the ball when he tried to pick it up, so nothing really went right for the Big Train, even when they tried to correct the mistake and maybe get the out at home. 2 outs, runner at second, 3 runs in. This game getting away from the Big Train early on. Gutierrez gets a swing and a miss from Zane Gross.
Yeah, this is an out you really need. Let the offense come up and try to get something started.
Gutierrez still taking his time, working from the stretch. 0-1, this one hit out to shallow left. It's going to fall, or we'll let it drop. Stop sign at third, and holding there will be Ridner. And it's now 5 straight 2-out base runners for the T-Bolts, and it's runners at the corners.
Again, just another soft hit baseball that finds the outfield grass.
Here's Michael Heckman, the number 9 hitter. Runners at the corners. This is the number 9 hitter in the lineup, and this one fouled right back. No balls and a strike. Big Train will have 4, 5, and 6 due up in the 4th. As of right now, trailing by 3. The pitch from Gutierrez a little low and outside to even up the count. Ridner over at third, Gross at first. 1-1 on the corner, just misses. 2 balls and a strike.
Now we've seen the strike zone get a little bit smaller
Right.
on the edges. In that first inning when he struck out 3, it was certainly a little bit bigger.
Gutierrez really having to work. That one not in the zone either. Now 3 balls and a strike. Risk of loading up the bases, and you have Quincy Villa, top of the order, on deck. 8th man to hit in this inning. 3-1. This one lined out to left center. It's going to get down for a base hit or over to field it. It's an RBI single from Heckman. And the line keeps going, and we're back to the top of the order. Another run in, now 5-1.
Yeah, and I think Gutierrez is frustrated by the strike zone right now, and he has a case to be made.
Gutierrez remains out there. 6 straight base runners. And now Villa, who had an RBI single last inning, takes the first pitch outside for a ball. Want to know the count. First and second as Gross held with the base hit into left. This one on the ground to short. Rasmussen will take the short route to second. Bishop covering, makes the play, and the inning ends. But a big inning for the T-Bolts. 4 runs come in. A couple of runners are left stranded. To the 4th inning, all of a sudden the T-Bolts out in front, 5-1.
The juice is in the mix, it'll fix you up. I'm gonna ride that boogie train till the sun comes up. Ride that boogie train, ride that boogie train, ride that boogie train till the sun comes up. Till the sun comes up. Till the sun comes up. Ride that boogie train, ride that boogie train, ride that boogie train till the sun comes up. Hey baby, I love the way you move. Say hey, hey baby, I love the way you groove. Hey baby, I love the way you move. Say hey baby, I love the way you boogie down. Hey baby, I love the way you move. Boogie down. The juice is in the mix, it'll fix you up.
Middle part of the order here in the 4th, Jason Schiavone to lead it off. I'm Adam Glover, Eli Kleiman. Now Jack Robinson joins us as Schiavone takes the first pitch breaking ball. How you doing?
I'm doing all right, man. You know, I'm just watching this umpire, you know. Just, this guy's amazing me back here.
It's a big swing and a miss from Schiavone. Falls behind 0-2. One thing we noticed, just seems like the zone getting a
yeah.
lot smaller, especially on the outside.
I don't know what it is. The umpire's been shrinking us since we got back from that trip. all
Yeah.
the umpires we've had have been shrinking their zones, and like I don't get it.
Schiavone strikes out on 3 pitches, second time with a breaking ball.
Staring him down. All right.
And Schiavone
I
saying something.
really.
He's got to be careful.
Yeah, saying something to the pitcher right now. The home plate umpire gets between them. I think it was Rochelle who might have said something first because you see the home plate umpire talking to him.
I would love a good old-fashioned fight today. As much as bad as it is to say, it would be pretty cool, you know.
It's a hot day.
It would take me a really long time to get out of this little
I know.
man cave you got going on, but we got legs stepping up to the plate now.
Yeah, here is Teddy Ruffner.
The line that made you famous last night.
Oh yeah, you know. Telling you, I'm trying to find a cheap watermelon. You know, I don't want to waste a good one.
I asked Nick DeLisi as Ruffner found sent one back if he believes that he could do it, and he said yes. So Nick's on
I
your
100%
side.
believe he could do it.
0-1, Ruffner
There's no doubt in my mind he could do it.
fouls that one back. He falls behind 0-2.
I mean, just amazes me. I don't know, dude. Honestly, every time I look at Teddy, I just imagine him being a running back.
Breaking ball,
Oh,
roped foul, and it
smoke
hits
G.
Coach G in the third base coaching box.
Yeah,
Now they got to make sure
attaboy
he's
G.
okay.
That's what he gets for wearing golf shoes every time he's here. He's always got golf shoes on. I always let him know too.
Is he ready to get to the range?
He's looking at us now.
I promise you,
Maybe
he's
he heard
always he's always on me for something, and I always just get on
Oh.
him for his shoes. He's always got Nikes on. He wore some Dunks the first game, and then from there on, it's just gone down. His shoe game needs to step back up.
So 0-2 on Ruffner. He fouled off the breaking ball. Now
Oh,
gets
that's a good hold.
good take on
That's a
another
good
pitch
spit
low.
there.
Ball and 2 strikes.
I would love a Teddy bomb. I feel like has Teddy hit a bomb yet this year? I
I
don't think
don't
he has,
think he
right?
has, no.
That would be electric.
Not a lot of home runs for the
No,
Big Train this year.
Not a lot, no. I think Jeff's still in the lead.
Yeah.
And then trying to think who's
Breaking
right
ball,
behind him.
Ruffner to center. That's going to stay up and be caught. Sicoli to retire Ruffner for out number 2.
I'm trying to think who's what's the leaderboard in home runs? I know it's Jeff
So for the league or for us?
for us.
So we have
it's
Zeb.
Lucas.
Lucas is 2. Zeb has 2.
Zeb's got 2?
He's got DC and he's got the
Oh,
one
that's
at home
right.
too. Yeah, 414.
I forgot
footer.
about the one at home.
Guerrero on the ground to second. Throw to first will be in time. The Big Train
That's
retired in order, and the lefty Rochelle has faced the minimum through the last 3 innings. Gutierrez gets the call to go back out for the 4th. Will you join us for another half inning?
I don't know. I think BCast wants to get in
Brandon
on this.
Cassidy's back here too.
He's been
Okay.
he's been dying since last
All
night.
right.
He's been wanting to get in on it.
All right, so that's Jack Robinson. We'll have Cassidy
Yeah.
in the next inning here on the Big Train Baseball Network.
Boogie, boogie, boogie down, baby. Can you boogie down? The juice is in the mix, it'll fix you up. I'm gonna ride the boogie train till the sun comes up. Ride the boogie train, ride the boogie train, ride the boogie train till the sun comes up. Meet me in the corner, no. 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 Boogie down, mix up. Boogie down, fix up. The juice is in the mix, it'll fix you.
2, 3, and 4 due up in the bottom of the 4th. Gutierrez the call for the bottom half of the inning, and Brandon Cassidy joins us. Was not on the broadcast last night, but did listen to us, so he gets his first opportunity. That's a fastball that misses way too high. Ball and no strikes. Welcome in.
Thank you guys for having me.
Of course.
Obviously looking forward to this from last night. but let's see what we can do.
Yeah, you were in line to be a broadcaster, and then Connor Rasmussen stole your headset. Line drive off of Gutierrez. Guerrero picks it up. The throw to first is going to be in time. It's 1-5-3. And now got to make sure Gutierrez is okay, but it is the first out.
Yeah, looks like he'll get checked on the mound.
Yeah, Lopez coming out to talk to him.
Looks like I got him on the lead block shin, so his left shin.
So how are you enjoying your time so far?
It's the summer. Or right now?
summer.
Summer.
Yeah.
It's been a blast.
That's
You
good.
know, getting to play baseball every day can be a little exhausting at some points, but other than that, it's been a blast. Having a lot of fun. Some great competition. So.
It's always fun to call your starts because usually they're wins.
Well, let's hope that keeps continuing. But,
How interesting was your start that got pushed by, 3 hours that one night?
it was definitely different, you know, just to get mentally prepared to start on time and, you know, going through warm-ups, going through pregame pins, and, you know, actually getting down on the game mound, throwing 3 pitches, and Coach Colangelo comes up to me and says, we're delayed. So, you know, I'm kind of sitting around waiting, and it obviously keeps getting pushed back. So, you know, I just got to stay loose in that moment, and luckily I was able to continue and go back out. I was very tired, not going to lie. Long night, didn't get back until late, but hopefully that doesn't have to happen again.
Trainer, Coach Lopez, return to the dugout. Gutierrez is okay. Amani Jones, the number 3 hitter in the lineup. A 1-for-2 afternoon so far. Nobody on and 1 out. Gutierrez in the windup delivers in this one. A fastball in the opposite batter's box. A ball and no strikes.
No movement in the bullpen. Oh, we got
No,
movement in the
Skylar
bullpen.
Hutto's throwing now. This one lined out towards center field. Dean Twigo will make the grab for out number 2. 2 quick outs for Gutierrez.
And this is the inning the Big Train need. Trying to get the bats back to the plate.
So what do you see? We've been asking all the pitchers. What are you seeing from Jesse so far? What's he doing really well today?
It looks like he's painting the fastball on the outside corner very well. Unfortunately, not getting too much help from the umpire, and obviously showing some emotion on the mound. But I can't blame him. I'd probably be doing the same thing.
Breaking ball popped up, foul territory. DeLisi, Hakopian. DeLisi calls and makes the grab. And the inning is over. So Gutierrez retires the side in order. 1-2-3. He's got 4 strong innings. Pitch count staying low thanks to that 4th. We'll go to the 5th. Kaylee Tolman will join us for the 5th inning. The Big Train trailing by 4.
Make sure to check out our Instagram.
The juice in the mix, it'll fix you up. I'm gonna ride that boogie train till the sun comes up. Ride that boogie train, ride that boogie train, ride that boogie train till the sun comes up. Meet me in the corner alone. 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 Boogie, boogie down.
Bottom part of the order due up for the Big Train. Dean Twigo to lead it off. He swings and misses on a fastball. Kaylee Tallman joins us. How are you?
Good. Thanks for having me, guys.
Of course. It's the first time this year.
Hopefully not the last.
You can come on tomorrow if you'd like to. We're on the road still. Or an only tomorrow against the Crop Dusters. The Big Train trying to come back here in Game 1. Game 2 set for 30 minutes after the conclusion of this one.
That's a solid call. It's a solid call.
0-2 the count to Twygo. The breaking ball a little far inside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Now, the question that I would like to ask. How did you get your dad to do this with us this summer?
So
Because
here's the thing. Here's the crazy
I
thing.
have been taking pictures of your dad throughout the summer in funny positions, like looking through nets and running around. It's so funny as Twygo ropes this one out to deep right center, but it's going to be caught in center field for out number 1.
So I wish I could say that I was the one who asked him to do this, but that is not the case. When I came in, there was supposed to be a videographer, and there was not. And of course, my dad saw that and was like, "I'll do it." So thankfully, he's been here all season, and honestly, it's been a huge help. So I appreciate having him here.
Casey Bishop takes a breaking ball. For those at home, he does all of the pre and post game interviews. He does the recording, and he helps with the audio, and he also runs around with the camera sometimes as well to help with your packages as Bishop takes this one low. So obviously he has experience doing it. What did he do before, though?
So that was his job. He was a videographer
Okay.
for over 30 years, doing all types of stuff, whether it be documentaries, sports, politics, literally everything. And he sort of retired a couple years ago, and now it's kind of just a passion project.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's where we're at now.
Nice. Bishop in a 2-2 count took a fastball up and in. Was called a strike. Rochelle now delivers. And he gets a strikeout on a nasty breaking ball, and Bishop goes down for out number 2.
Yeah, outside of that first inning, Rochelle has had Big Train hitters confused and has pitched quite well.
Even in that first, it was just 1 hit, too. So just 2 hits allowed so far, as here's Nick DeLisi. Slow chopper out to short. DeLisi's got wheels, but just not in time. And the side is retired in order. Will you stay on for another half inning?
Absolutely.
Of course. That one went by really quickly. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th. It's 5-1 T-Bolts.
The juice is in the mix, it'll fix you up. I'm gonna ride the boogie train till the sun comes up. Ride the boogie train, ride the boogie train, ride the boogie train till the sun comes up. Meet me in the corner, no. 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 Boogie down, mix up. Boogie down, fix up. The juice is in the mix, it'll fix you up. I'm gonna ride that boogie train till the sun comes up. Ride that boogie train, ride that boogie train, ride that boogie train till the sun comes up. Till the sun comes up. Till the sun comes up. Ride that boogie train, ride that boogie train, ride that boogie train till the sun comes up. Hey baby, I love the way you move. Say hey, hey baby, I love the way you groove. Hey baby, I love the way you move. Say hey, hey baby, I love the way you
And we welcome you back to the Big Train Baseball Network. Eli Kleiman, Kaylee Tallman, I'm Adam Glover. Game 1 of 2 here from Montgomery Blair High School. The T-Bolt's up 5-1, and a new pitcher, Eli Skylar Hutto, takes over.
Yeah, really good arm out of the bullpen.
First pitch swung on, hit in the air out to right field. Teddy Ruffner settling under it, and he makes the grab. 1 pitch and 1 out.
So Adam and Eli, I was getting hated on for not talking enough in the top of
Let's
this
be
inning.
clear, you probably were going to get hated on no matter
Yep,
what.
that's kind of
So
how it goes for me.
it's-
So I've got a question for you two.
Okay.
How'd you guys get started in broadcasting?
That's a good
Mine was
question.
college. We didn't have a baseball team at my high school. First one from Hutto, a fastball to Orofsky up and in. We didn't have baseball. We didn't have softball. We didn't have football. We were not a sports school. We were like academics.
No football.
No
That's
football.
crazy.
No.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was really sad that fastball fouled back into the net. And so I got started a little later than some people. I got started in college, but I was given an opportunity by our sport information director and was thrown onto the air first softball series of the year against Clemson. And then this is a foul ball off the bat on a pitch from Hutto behind Orofsky. And Orofsky jumped down and kept the bat in the air.
I'm not sure what Orofsky's case is. I mean, that quite clearly hit his
Yeah.
bat.
And now the umpires are going to converge on this one. He was on the ground, and that bat was sticking up in the air, Eli.
I mean, we have a great view. We're right behind home plate, but that clearly hit the bat behind his shoulder.
Eli, you got to answer the question.
Oh.
now.
I love it how Kaylee took her opportunity to instantly start interviewing people.
Okay. That's how I'm wired, okay?
Before I answer the question, just want to shout out SIDs. Adam made
Oh.
a mention to them. The hardest working people in
Yes.
sports that don't get any credit for
Absolutely.
their job.
Correct.
Work with them at USC. Adam, I know, works with them in North Florida.
It's a 1-2 count. Hutto, fastball up and in, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
My story's pretty similar to Adam. I mean, I knew I wanted to do it. Didn't really exist in high school, but small student radio station.
It's a breaking ball, chopped back to the mound.
We've got some distractions down here in Jack Robinson and Brandon Cassidy.
Listen, man, y'all need to pull some air. I don't know how you guys will laugh. You guys are
Out number 2 is recorded, by the way.
I'm trying to be professional.
I'm sorry. Stand back here.
Yeah, Hutto, 2 quick outs. That one going right back to the mound and a quick toss over to first. And it's Eric Ridner. Yeah, not a lot of opportunities in high school, especially if you don't go to one of those big schools that are constantly recruited from. It's one that's a called strike. So mine's a little funny though, and I know I've said this to you guys before, but originally the plan for me, breaking ball down and in, was I was going to kind of work my way into it, do a lot of shadowing, maybe do some color commentary down the line, and then due to some staffing, fastball runs too far inside, due to staffing issues, my first year, the first year since COVID, instantly first game was Clemson softball on the opening weekend. And there's one that goes behind Ridner, and Hutto struggling with some command, 3-1 the count.
Yeah, not the first time it's gone behind a batter,
No.
but last time it was a foul ball.
Adam, that first game's got to teach you how to be strong and sharp under pressure.
It is so funny. Oh, when he gets hit by the pitch up near the helmet. And we are going to have a check on Ridner out at home plate. That was 3 straight pitches from Hutto that missed well up and in. The second one went behind him. This one hits him up near the head. And we're going to give him a little bit of time here. And he automatically gets up, gets a nice cheer from the crowd.
Always scary when someone gets hit with a pitch. Our bat boy Owen got hit with a pitch in his Little League game yesterday, and he said there may or may not have been some tears shed in his back.
Oh, Owen. And now the umpires are going to converge here.
And I think
Yeah.
they're probably just giving him some time.
Well, they just told Nick DeLisi to go back to home plate, so it might, I don't want to assume anything, but I mean, we've seen 5 straight pitches. We've had 2 that have gone behind a hitter. We already had this incident with Jason Schiavone, so might just be as a, hey, let's keep an eye on it. I don't think anything's intentional. Even Nick DeLisi's saying it to Sal Colangelo in the dugout.
Yeah, I mean, clearly nothing's intentional. You don't
Right.
throw that many
Right.
pitches behind hitters.
Yeah, and it's also, like you said, give time for Ridner to get some water, and it looks like he's going to come out of the ball game as well. We hope he's okay. There will be a pinch runner, and we will get word on who that is in just a second here.
But I think if you're the T-Bolts, it is frustrating.
Right.
I mean, you don't want guys to get hurt. And obviously, pitches up and in or behind hitters puts hitters at risk.
This is Bauman Wingard, the pinch runner over at first. And warnings have been issued to both sides, and now Nick DeLisi is going to say something to the home plate umpire, and here comes Sal Colangelo as well. Warnings have been issued following the hit by pitch. And now Sal, I think, is wanting an explanation as to why warnings were issued.
And I wonder if the umpires came together the first time after the foul ball, not because of whether or not it was a foul ball, but because of this.
Yes. And now Colangelo says something on his way back to the dugout. Again, game 1 of 2 here at Montgomery Blair High School.
And they have a whole nother one, these two teams.
For Ridner, who again has exited out of the ball game. It is the 3rd time, though, for him today that he has reached. And the first pitch is fouled off. And now the home plate umpire and Nick DeLisi saying something. And DeLisi and the home plate umpire are starting to go at it a little bit, telling him to go back to home plate. And DeLisi has to be shoved away by Raul. And Sal Colangelo in an argument right now with the home plate umpire.
I mean, this is a little bizarre.
Yeah, the ball was fouled off, but the home plate umpire was not behind home plate. He started walking towards the Big Train dugout. And Nick DeLisi got in the face of the home plate umpire as well, because they've been telling him all inning to go back to your spot. DeLisi's saying there's no intent.
And Nick DeLisi is going to be in a little bit of trouble here quickly.
He's hearing it from the umpires right now.
He's also sticking up for his pitcher, though. What more can you want from a catcher and from a coach for sticking up for your pitcher?
And DeLisi's frustrated because Hutto was ready to throw on the mound, and all of a sudden the home plate umpire just starts strolling towards the Big Train dugout right as Hutto starts to work into the stretch.
An interesting turn of events here. 2 outs. The pitch will not count to Gross. Aren't you glad you're here for this, Kaylee? First time on the air?
Honestly.
Perfect.
Pretty interesting.
2 outs. First one, fastball, popped up, foul territory. This one going out of play.
It's funny because you don't usually see things getting testy during summer ball, but last game against the Crop Dusters, we saw the teams saying a couple words to each other, and now this. Getting towards playoffs time, I guess.
Well, everyone's competitive, and you do have that, but this is the first time we've seen kind of umpires and coaches also get into it a little bit. There's another fastball. This one popped up in foul territory on the right side. Eddie Akopian settling under it. He'll make the catch, and the inning ends. So the Big Train to not allow a run after a very eventful and long inning. We'll go to the 6th here on the Big Train Baseball Network. It's a 5-1 lead for the T-Bolts.
Gonna ride that boogie train till the sun comes up. Ride that boogie train. The juice is in the mix, it'll fix you up. I'm gonna ride the boogie train till the sun comes up. Ride the boogie train, ride the boogie train, ride the boogie train till the sun comes up. Meet me in the corner alone. 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 Boogie down, mix up. Boogie down, fix up.
The Big Train are running out of bounds. We've reached the 6th, and they will have the top of the order to face the left-hander. And again, a very eventful bottom of the 5th.
Yeah.
No ejections. Jack Robinson joins us again.
Yeah.
But warnings issued to both the Big Train and the T-Bolts. The T-Bolts manager came out and talked to the home plate umpire as well. But we will see what happens in this inning, though. Eddie Akopian, Connor Rasmussen, and Jacob Orr. And now here comes Sal Colangelo to talk with the home plate umpire about something as well. Looks unrelated, though, to the
Yeah.
last inning.
Never seen that. Never seen an umpire say play ball and walk off as the pitch is being
Right.
thrown. That's a first for me.
That's
I did say something to the third base umpire, and he was like, "Yeah, it's getting pretty hot out here. We need to hurry this up." But yeah,
first one to Akopian.
he 100% thought
Yeah.
that Hutto threw at him, but
Yeah. Well, I mean, you have
You could
two
tell.
behind him, and then the one.
yeah,
Yeah.
you could kind of tell because if someone misses their slider out,
Mm.
yeah, and then they come back same thing with a fastball, it's probably going to go in the same place.
Yeah.
I mean, I just don't think these umpires are as ready as they think they are. Like, I don't think they're prepared for this kind of game.
1-1 slider fouled back 1 and 2, but just things getting a little testy right now. You know,
I know.
I'm all for that, though.
Oh, dude, I love it.
I love it.
I love tension
Now,
in
I'm
between
not,
games.
you know, fights are like one thing, but I love.
Oh, I
people
love
are-
both.
When, I love when people
I'm a good
are,
both guy.
you know,
I mean,
And
a
I-
fight would be very bad,
Right.
but at the same time, I think
it's
a
good.
it's good
sticking
team
up.
bonding
Yeah.
moment for sure.
1-2
Oh, that's
slider
down.
from Akopian lined in the left, and Eddie is 3 for 3 and a good start to the 6th.
And we got the screaming going. I
Yeah.
like it.
I really liked
I love it.
DeLisi, though.
Oh, yeah,
with the
that was
umpire standing
yeah.
up for his pitcher. I mean,
Hey.
what more can you want if you're Hutto?
Hey,
with
Nick
DeLisi?
doesn't play,
Nick's
dude.
yeah.
Nick's a scary guy.
Yeah.
I would not
There's
get in
some.
Nick's way.
Oh no, him and Clay. Those are two dudes that I would not stand in the way of if they were running right at me. You know, I'd do a quick little shuffle to the left or the right. But
Rasmussen takes
old
the first
C
one.
Ras, that's my broadcasting buddy from last night.
Yes.
He was doing well.
He did the 9th as the play-by-play.
Yeah.
It was really funny re-listening because when something was put into play, every one of you would talk at the same time.
Yeah, we would
Breaking
all
ball
say something.
in the dirt. Akopian doesn't advance.
Yeah, we were all ready. Be really cool for a C-Ras bomb today. That would be amazing.
He almost had it
wouldn't
in
I
DC,
know,
remember?
man.
Oh,
so close.
Nearly a 3-run home run.
He's got it in him. He's just got to get there. I mean, 315. I mean,
It's
it's
a good field to do
it can be done. Oh,
on the corner, a cold strike.
all right. See which way this game's leaning. All right. Okay. Outside corners are not the umpire's thing, but he just gave one. But I'm gonna let it slide.
2-1. This
That
one
is
roped down the
Fair ball.
right field line. That's
Oh.
foul. Nearly extra bases for Connor Rasmussen.
That's a double all the way.
That was a hanging slider, too.
Oh yeah, he's on it. I bet you he doesn't throw it again. Is this guy throwing the whole game?
Yes,
Yeah.
this
Wow.
is still the same pitcher.
I think this guy threw against us last time. I think he
Oh.
closed. I don't know.
We'll go
Maybe. I'm not 100%.
This is Rochelle. I'll have to pull it up. I don't think he did, though, actually. We'd have to look.
I have no idea. I know we faced a lefty last time. Just everybody likes throwing lefties against us for some reason.
We have so many lefties in the lineup.
I know.
Throw
Well,
over.
that's what you call a Dr. Seuss move.
Okay.
It's easy read. You know,
Easy read.
Easy read.
So he has not pitched against us, but look at these numbers. He's never gone less than 6.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I mean,
Hey,
he's
I
had
mean that's
few-
impressive. I
he's-
will say.
Yeah.
That's.
Rasmussen
that's down.
hits it out to
That's
left
down.
center field. This ball is going to get
Oh
down.
yeah! Wow.
Diving attempt in
Really?
center field.
That's scoring 'em.
Rasmussen has extra bases. He hits second. He's going to third. He's going to be in with a stand-up RBI triple. Connor Rasmussen
Great ball.
got the slider again, too.
That's impressive. I don't know why he threw that again. That ball had a lot of little fade to it at the end. All right.
Hakopian easily coming all the way around. And it's the second time, Eli, we've seen an outfielder dive. And
Yeah, these dives are.
It's a scary place to do it out there. It's not really nice.
no,
This field is not the greatest quality to dive on.
And
That one probably hurt a little.
and they're not diving at the
That
right
was a face
time.
plant. That was just straight down on the chin there. Had no chance of getting that ball. Just last-minute effort to make it look cool.
Done that twice now today.
Wait, same guy?
Right fielder did
right
the first
fielder
time.
did it too. Or in
Oh,
the air,
that's-
out
that
to
could be
right
down.
center.
Oh, he's
this
playing
one is
shallow.
going to be caught in
Wow,
center field
another
on a
diving
slide.
play?
Tagging
that
and
could've
scoring is Rasmussen. It's a sac fly RBI for Orr.
That'll do.
Productive.
That will
And
do.
it's a 5-3 game.
Wow. Oh, here we go.
And this is Jason
He's got to
Schiavone.
get revenge here.
I hope he, it's Schiavone's got pop in the bat too.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I mean, I think it was in like the back half of his season at JMU. He hit 9 home runs
Oh.
kind of off the end of the barrel. I think I was talking to Kevin, and he was saying that
that's the
that's what happened. That was a
deepest
that was
part
a
of the
really
park.
hit ball.
And it's
Yeah.
going to be caught. That's the one place
Oh.
if you're Schiavone, you can't hit it. 403 to center, and he's retired for out number 2. And it'll bring up Teddy Ruffner now. We only had 1 home run hit here. That was the Hurd home run in the first game.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the 3-run
That's what
home
we were
run
talking
over
about.
the,
That was his first home run, wasn't
yeah,
it?
the Blair Pig hit it here sign.
Oh, yeah. That ball was crushed. That ball was in the trees.
That's a breaking ball that Ruffner takes in there for a strike. Nobody's hit the fire department out in left field, though.
I know. It needs to be hit. Somebody needs to do it.
Teddy.
I mean, last
swings.
time we were here, the fire department was watching us play.
Right.
So,
Grounder to third. First baseman keeps his
Nah.
foot on the bag, comes down after a poor throw.
good job, Owen.
And the inning ends. Big Train get a couple of runs. RBI triple from Rasmussen and a sac fly from Orr to the bottom of the 6th.
What'd you guys get
It's a
Chick-fil-A?
5-3 lead for the T-Bolts.
Till the sun comes up. Hey baby, I love the way you move. Say hey, hey baby, I love the way you groove. Hey baby, I love the way you move. Say hey, hey baby, I love the way you boogie down. Hey baby, I love the way you move. Boogie down. The juice in the mix, it'll fix you up. I'm gonna ride that boogie train till the sun comes up. Ride that boogie train, ride that boogie train, ride that boogie train till the sun comes up. Meet me in the corner alone. Meet me in the corner alone. Meet me in the corner alone. Meet me in the corner alone.
Well, Skylar Hutto returns to the mound for the Big Train, bottom of the 6th. Bethesda scoring 2 runs, make it a little more interesting. Hutto
Oh, that's a good
starts with a
pitch.
high fastball. Jack Robinson's still with us. Will you be
Yeah.
here with us for the rest of the game, or are you going to leave at some
I'll
point?
probably be here the rest of the game, and I'll
Sweet.
probably kick it over to
Game 2.
BCAS for game 2.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
There's
that's a great pitch.
great
Ooh,
pitch. And
What
didn't
did
get the
that
call.
miss? I don't think this guy likes us very much back here.
It's 2 balls and no strikes. This one, little half swing that goes off the bat for a foul ball headed towards the first base dugout, 2-1. This is Ryan Mariani, a pinch hitter, and he gets
his bat.
hit.
No, that hit his bat.
And time is called, and they're going to
Yeah.
say
I mean, listen, That's twice now.
Yeah.
Hutto's getting really good at doing that.
Yeah.
They need to start dropping the barrel. Hutto's going to just start throwing it there. I mean, it's
becoming a
working. I mean,
talent.
I believe that's 2 now. 2-2. Yeah.
Yes, 2 for 2.
It's becoming a talent, not just.
I know, right?
Breaking
was a
ball,
great pitch.
breaks his bat,
Oh,
slowly
come
hit
in.
to
Come
short.
on, Seagrass.
Rasmussen, the throw to
Yeah.
first. And he gets the out. Connor Rasmussen, great speed, showing off the range, coming in on that ball.
I don't know what he said. Yeah, it was a good play. I always like those kind of plays. I remember when I played infield for the short stint I played infield. I love those plays. You know, just a year. That's it.
When was
That
that
was
year?
so young. Like, probably like 11U, 12U. Like, I was young. Then I switched to outfield, which wasn't a good idea either. You get really bored out there. It gets super boring. Especially if nothing, like, you can go 3 innings and not have anything near you, and you have no idea what to do with yourself. Because you have to pay attention, but at
Yeah.
the same time, you're just like, your mind is racing about everything else that's happening besides the game.
And you got to be ready when the ball is.
Oh,
hit.
yeah.
2-1 slider too far.
It's
inside,
always kind of
3-1.
scary, too, because you'll be, like, daydreaming, and you hear the crack, and you have no idea where the ball is for, like, the first 3 seconds.
3 balls and a strike. Inside ball 4, and Villa draws the walk, a 1-out base runner.
He might try to steal. He's pretty fast. I actually know him. Number 2, Quincy.
Where do you know him from?
Travel ball.
Travel ball?
Yeah, he's pretty quick.
You think Nick could throw him out?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
I think people underestimate Nick's arm
Mhm.
because he doesn't really show it off in warm-ups. Like, when he throws it down to second, he kind of just keeps it real easy and just gets it there. But when it comes to it, he's got an arm.
Calic, takes the first pitch fastball in there for a strike.
I will say that about our catchers. They are pretty solid on throwing people out. I feel like we've had a lot of people get thrown out this year.
Runner goes, hit and run in
single.
play. I'll go to the shortstop Rasmussen. The throw high, but Hakopian keeps his foot on the bag. It's out number 2.
Where does he go?
Hakopian?
Yeah.
Maryland, isn't it?
Maryland?
Yeah, Maryland.
Oh, Maryland? Yeah.
Started at Cypress.
He's Chris's brother, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I thought. He pulled his hammy, right, or something?
Chris?
Yeah, Chris pulled his hamstring
Yeah.
or something, right?
Yeah, and
that
all
was
I
at
know-
that was at South County.
Yeah.
I remember.
We
that.
don't ask too much because we keep it like for Sal, but all we knew is that was the last we've seen of him, and Sal
Yeah.
didn't want to risk anything. That's off the glove of DeLisi, and the runner Vio will advance to third.
Yeah. It's funny, when Clay shaved his head, I thought Chris came back when I saw him from behind. I really did. I mean, they looked exactly alike when Clay shaved his head.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, if you see him walking, I'm telling you right now, if you put a picture next to him, you wouldn't really be able to tell.
On a
It's a
pitch
good
that
pitch.
misses. Little upstairs, 2 balls and no strikes.
That's all right. Hutto can get this
we should
here.
do that. That's a good TikTok idea for Cat. We get
Yeah.
pictures of Clay and
Yeah.
Chris, and then try to make people guess who's
Yeah.
Clay and who's Chris.
Oh,
This
get
one
there.
chopped towards the
Yep.
middle. Rasmussen behind the bag. Throws to first
There
in time.
it
He makes
is.
every play in the inning, and the inning ends. We'll go to the 7th. The Big Train running out of time. They're down by 2.
Ride that boogie train till the sun comes up. Till the sun comes up. Till the sun comes up. Ride that boogie train. Ride that boogie train. Ride that boogie train till the sun comes up. Hey baby, I love the way you move. Say hey baby, I love the way you groove. Hey baby, I love the way you move. Say hey baby, I love the way you boogie down. Hey baby, I love
That hit him.
So
That hit him for
Jack
sure.
Guerrero immediately hit first hitter in the inning, gets hit by the pitch. He'll go down to first. And now I think there might be a discussion that it hit the bat.
No, that hit his hand for
And
sure.
Guerrero bending down at first and now walking. Sorry to throw you right back into it, fans at home.
Yeah.
Yeah, first pitch.
That was quick.
And the umpires are going to come discuss, and
God.
Sal is out of the dugout because he's saying, and he's
Uh-oh.
technically
If
right, the
this-
warning has been given.
Sal's face is getting brighter.
If this-
So yeah. When he stands like that, there's issues.
Yeah. I
He's
love
got
that-
the
I love that
glasses and
Owens-
then just the solid. Yeah, look at Owen over there.
Yeah.
His twin right there, dude. Good Lord.
And they're going to say Guerrero
Yeah.
is hit by the pitch.
There we go.
And
Good call.
now the tying run hits here in the 7th. Again, this is just a 7-inning game, both games. So the Big Train down to their final 3 outs. And Evan Rochelle, the left-hander, is still the pitcher out there.
Old Dean. I can't believe, dude. Dean didn't tell a single person he was going to Oregon. Not a single person.
Really?
Nuh-uh. Like, not at all. Like, I remember somebody asked him, and we were like, Dean, you going to transfer? He's like, yeah, I'm at Oregon. Just out of nowhere.
Didn't post
Like,
it
and he-
anywhere either.
It was like 3 days
Wow.
after he did it, and I was like, what? He's like, yeah.
He
There it
swings,
is. That's
drives
fair.
this one. That's a
Fair
hanger.
ball.
That's a fair ball down the line.
Oh,
Dean
Jack's gotta
Twygo
move.
has
Jack's
got
gotta
extra
move.
bases
He's
and
gotta
hits
get
off
moving.
the wall. Guerrero
Get
hits
moving,
third.
Guerrero.
He's coming around.
Uh-oh.
Here's the throw to the plate. Up
Safe.
the line. Guerrero in with a head-first slide. It's a one-run game as Twygo delivers an RBI double.
Nice. Tell you what, Dean came out, and his first couple of games was a little slow, and he picked
Yes.
it up right off the bat.
It's a bat that Oregon will slot right
I
into
know,
the outfield.
man. I mean, jeez. I told him to get me some gear.
The Nike
Yeah,
gear that
yeah.
they have going up in Eugene.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
they got
it.
some good. Oh, Dean's giving G a hug. I love it.
Yes, that's it for Evan Rochelle.
Oh,
And
he's
a righty
he's really mad.
is going to take
Right.
over. Bryce Green, who has given problems to the Big Train all year, is going to take over. We'll take a quick break as you're listening to Big Train Baseball on the Big Train Baseball Network.
The juice in the mix, it'll fix you up. I'm gonna ride that boogie train till the sun comes up. Ride that boogie train, ride that boogie train, ride that boogie train till the sun comes up. Meet me in the corner alone. 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 Boogie, boogie, boogie down, baby. Can you boogie down? The juice is in the mix, it'll fix you up. I'm gonna ride the boogie train till the sun comes up. Ride the boogie train, ride the boogie train, ride the boogie train till the sun comes up.
Well, the new pitcher will be Bryce Green, the right-hander, who has been dominant for the T-Bolts this year and has had his best outing of his season against the Big Train back on June 16th, tossing 4 shutout innings and a
Yeah.
loss
Yeah.
that you pitched in, though. It
Yeah.
was a win for the Big Train, loss for the T-Bolts.
Yeah, Jack walked it off. That was a long game. I was pretty tired after that. Wow, that was almost a really good bunt.
Ooh, Bishop pushed a bunt a little foul.
I just want to give a big shout out to Sweet Tea Everywhere. Okay, Sweet Tea Everywhere is just amazing.
Yes.
I'm serious. Just got in that Turkey Hill. Turkey Hill is, I believe it's up there. I think it's second ranked Arnold Palmer still got to go one.
Go one,
Yeah, no
okay.
free ads, so I need y'all to send me a email or something.
Bishop bunts
Oh, that's
it
a good bunt.
back to the mound. The
he
throw to
gonna- Ooh.
first, just barely
There
in
it
time,
is.
but a beautiful sacrifice. The tying run now 90 feet away, and Jeffrey
Ooh.
Hurd's going to pinch hit for Nick DeLisi.
Big Jeff. Jeff's got some good play on this field. Jeff kind of owns this field a little bit.
Yes, the
You know? Yeah, Jeff does own every field, but I think this is Jeff's original start field. It's his first bomb on this field.
Yes, that was a 10-run first inning, and he hit the 3-run homer that made it 10-0. It was
Yep.
his second time up. He reached already
Jeez.
earlier.
I think that was the longest game we have ever played.
Oh, it was like
I think we were in the
3.5, 4
first game
hours.
for, I kid you not, an hour. The first
21,
inning
yeah.
for an hour.
21-2 was the final.
Yeah.
Ah.
I'm still surprised. They kind of came out of the they kind of put some pieces together recently.
Yeah.
Like when they first started, it was wow, this sucks, but now they put it together.
Yeah. Well, the infield comes in. Again, the tying run 90 feet away. Dean Twygo's got good speed, and Jeffrey Hurd will at least try to put the ball in the air. He takes the first pitch high and outside for a ball. You think they'll pitch around Hurd?
I would pitch around him, honestly. Just knowing Jeff, it's pretty hard to kind of get him out just because he could still hit a deep pop fly. And he's very good at reaching across the plate to get to balls. Like, see
Hurd
there,
on the ground.
and he
It's
is
knocked
going to
down
make
at
that ball.
second. Run's going to
Safe.
score.
Ooh,
Hurd is
that's
out
fine.
at first. Twygo scores, and we are tied
Tied
in
ball
the
game.
7th. Big Train have
There we
come
go.
back. 2 in the 6th, 2 in the 7th. Would have been a base hit had the infield not been brought in. It was
Yeah.
just a great diving stop
That was
at second.
yeah. See, that was an outside pitch, and he put it right kind of back up the middle. He's very good at getting around to the outside ball, which is amazing. Oh, dude.
I will share if
See?
you'd like one.
Oh no, I'm all right.
Okay.
I'm just saying you got a good sauce selection there. You got to go catch up Chick-fil-A off the jump. You can't. Nothing else. I mean, don't get me wrong. You can always have a great zesty buffalo. I think that's what it is.
You're a big
zesty
Buffalo guy? Do you like wings?
I'm a huge. I just had
I
wings last
love
night. I got
wings.
Wingstop last
You
night.
made it to Wingstop?
Did you
Yes,
make
I
it?
did.
Oh,
yeah,
yes.
I did. I didn't sit down, but I ordered it. Dude, I almost broke something in my car last night. So I pulled up to a stoplight right before I got on the freeway, and this dude, light just turns yellow. This dude slams on the brakes. Bag goes flying, fries all over my truck, everywhere in the front seat of my car.
Hakopian and a 1-1 count, 2 outs, nobody on. I encourage you to go back to that last broadcast and listen to that. I think that was the first thing out of your mouth, too.
Yeah.
Was we got to hurry this game up. Wingstop closes at 11. There's a breaking ball.
Got there
left
at
side.
10:30. Saw
Nice.
Brandon Clark there. We were talking about it. Me and him were gonna go sit down and eat, but just didn't work out. We decided to put up 10 runs in the 7th inning, and that just slowed the process
Right.
down.
So 2 balls and a strike. Hakopian represents the go-ahead run.
Oh.
Takes this one a little inside. 3 balls and a strike.
There we go. Now he's going back to his old zone.
And Max Martzoff, the lefty, is throwing in the bullpen for the Big Train.
Huh.
So
Good old Max.
likely to get the bottom half of the inning. Hakopian, the 3-1. In the dirt, ball 4, and there's
there
the
we
go-ahead
go.
run.
Uh-oh. C. Rass is back up right now.
Yes, Rasmussen, the RBI triple, the turning point, I would say. The first run driven in the 6th
Yeah.
made it a 5-2 game.
Big Tulane guy. It's great. It's a great school. I miss Carter Cunningham, man. That was
Oh.
my roommate. Went to the same high school as him.
Really?
Great guy. Yeah. Great guy.
Carter left right before the New England trip as
Yeah.
Rasmussen takes the first pitch strike on the corner.
Just an all-around fun, great guy to be around. Very solid, very, very solid baseball player, too.
Great hitter.
Very good, great hair.
Throw over, Hakopian
He,
back in time.
he's a very good utility guy. He can kind of bounce all over.
Did he play any center field in high school?
Did I?
Did he?
Oh, yeah. He played, actually, I think he might have played center. It was either, I think it might have been right, but I'm pretty sure it was center. I'm pretty sure his senior year he was center. And I think
Rasmussen.
his junior year he was left or right.
So
Yeah, he picked up playing first base at ECU. And he got
Really?
pretty good. Yeah. I mean, he got pretty good at it. Solid first baseman.
No balls and 2 strikes on Rasmussen. Hakopian at first. Connor chokes up on the bat, and this one misses outside.
Oh,
Now a delayed
delayed.
steal, the throw down.
Safe.
And Hakopian
Wow. Great.
swipes it.
Great call by G over there. Look, Coach G. He's just always up in people's space, isn't he? He loves
He
getting
got
in
really
my
close over there at
Yeah,
third.
he loves getting in my space. I love G. He always looks like he's got some kind of problem. Like he always looks like he's got to say something, you know? He's hilarious though. People never
Rasmussen.
really like actually talk to him. He's hilarious.
Rasmussen fouls that one off. A ball and 2 strikes. Go ahead run now in scoring position at second. And Jacob Orr waiting on deck if the inning were to continue.
I think Seagrass is going to get a single here.
Yeah.
I think a little backside. I think a backside
Left.
line drive right over the third baseman. I'm feeling it. He's been kind of fouling him off that direction.
Well, we'll see. Ball and 2 strikes. Fouls another one off in that direction. He's got a big hole on that left side, though.
Right, baby, good fight. Yeah, good hole. I think that'll score him if he puts it right over the third baseman's head.
Yeah.
And that'll be the little go-ahead. And then we got to put Max in to shut it down here. But I think it'll work out here.
1 and 2. This one
I'll get out.
loaded up in the zone a little
Atta
bit.
babe,
Rasmussen
1-3.
fouls it off again.
Yeah. I tell you one thing, some person was Jacob Orr. He
Yes.
was a surprise, wasn't he? Just came
When he
out
showed
and
up?
he just when he
His-
first showed up, I was like,
He
you
had
know, where'd
like
this guy
8
coming from?
walks in his first 2 or 3 games. It's
Yeah.
unbelievable.
I couldn't believe it. He's very disciplined in the box.
Yes.
That's what surprised me.
All-star.
And he ropes the ball too.
1-2.
He's a very good line drive hitter, and I love it.
1-2 to Rasmussen, a little far inside. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
See, this is how you feel. This is how you feel air in the gaps here. Yeah. Talking to you. Yeah.
Yeah, it
It
is.
is a very
moment.
intense moment.
2
That's why
and
you got to
2.
keep it. That's why you got to keep people moving.
In the dirt. That's a good stop behind
You
home
know,
plate.
you gotta, huh? How do I keep level-headed? Oof, I don't know. I talk to myself a lot though. I do. It's a very weird thing, but I feel like as a pitcher or as a baseball player alone, like you're pretty much by yourself pretty much everywhere besides
Yeah.
the catcher, you know. So
Here we go.
I think
3-2.
oh yeah.
On the ground to the right side.
down.
Sliding stop. It trickles into right field.
Oh,
Here
no.
comes Hakopian.
It's down.
Throw to the plate.
Safe,
Eddie
safe.
is safe. And the Big Train take the lead.
Yeah. See? Hey. Good luck right here, huh? See?
Yes.
Fill in the tension.
Jack
See?
Robinson. 3
back to
runs in the 7th inning.
Level-headed. That's a good question. I don't know. Breathing? Honestly, I kind of, I talk to myself way too much out there. I look like a psychopath. Like, some people ask me, like, did you always talk to yourself? I'm like, yeah. I feel like it's kind of weird not to talk to yourself. Because, I mean, you got to, like, talk yourself through things. Just like, okay, don't do that again. And, like, other words. But, yeah, don't do that again. But,
Here's Orr, who fouls the first one off.
yeah, keep very level-headed,
Good.
I would say.
And Rasmussen has given the Big Train the lead. 3 runs here in the 7th. An RBI single that went off at the second baseman on a slide.
It's 2 in a row from him. It's
Yes.
3 in a row, actually, I think. Because I think he bobbled Jeffs, so shortstop
Right.
saved him.
This
That's
one grounded over to
yeah.
third. Just kind of on top of that slider. The throw
all right.
to first, a good stretch.
It's all right,
in
6-5.
time, and
That's
the
good.
inning ends. The Big Train
That's what I'm
take the
saying.
lead.
We're good.
We assume Max Martzoff is coming on.
Yeah,
We'll go to the
I
bottom
think
of the
Matt-
7th.
Yep,
The Big Train,
Clay, too.
3 outs away from a win.
The juice is in the mix, it'll fix you up. I'm gonna ride that boogie train till the sun comes up. Ride that boogie train, ride that boogie train, ride that boogie train till the sun comes up. Till the sun comes up. Till the sun comes up. Ride that boogie train, ride that boogie train, ride that boogie train till the sun comes up. Hey baby, I love the way you move. Say hey, hey baby, I love the way you groove. Hey,
Yeah.
Well, a new pitcher and a new catcher for the Big Train. Max Martzoff takes over in the bottom of the 7th. Clay Wargo behind the plate. A new battery for the Big Train. 3 outs away from a win. Again, 30 minutes following the conclusion of this one. Game 2, Eli Kleinman will do the play-by-play for that one. And Martzoff, along with a lefty-lefty matchup, his first pitch fouled back into
I'll
the
tell
net.
you one thing. The tail on his fastball is just unreal.
Right.
It is so scary catching him, like in the bullpen. He's like, "Hey, can you catch me?" And I'm like, I'm there thinking he's gonna like toss it a little bit back and forth. No, he's like coming for blood when he's throwing up. Like,
0-1.
oh,
There's a fastball to McMath
That's
that
tight.
misses. The ball on a strike.
it's unreal.
When he was on, when we mentioned he had great tail, he was like, "Well, that's what people have told me. I'm not so sure." It's like, okay.
Yeah,
Max
I mean,
downplayed everything. Big swing and a miss here, and Martzoff ahead, a ball and 2 strikes.
I wouldn't be surprised if he breaks someone's thumb in the next couple of years. I mean, just unreal.
So 1-2 the count. Martzoff looking for a strikeout. He'll go with a slider that misses too far outside.
I tell you one thing about Clay catching. It is hilarious being on the mound, and
Really?
he's like calling pitches because you can see him pondering what pitch to call. Like he'll start looking up and nodding to himself. Like he'll look up into the sky and then kind of like nod, and he's like, all right, and then he'll throw one down. You like have to stop and like not smile.
Yeah.
And his eyes are always so wide when he's looking at you. Like it looks like you just saw a ghost every time the ball's coming in.
Well, McMath strikes out for the first out. Good start for Martzoff. Here's Matthew Sicoli. 1 for 3 afternoon. A double and an RBI back in the 3rd. The first one from Martzoff. Fastball a little high and outside. A ball and no strikes.
It's just whistling over there. Oh,
It's a
that
swing
was
and a miss
great
here.
pitch. He needs to live there.
Yeah.
He's not going to touch that.
He pitches really well against righties.
Yeah, really, he loves it. He hates lefties. I asked him why. Because I'm like, dude, you could ride it right into their hands and get some firewood running.
This one hit in the air out to deep right center. Dean Twigo under it. He makes the grab for out number
babe.
2.
It's always great.
And the T-Bolts down to their final out.
I tell you what, dude, it is so much weight lifted off the pitcher's back when you know you have a very solid defense behind you, especially our
Yes.
outfielders. All of our outfielders fly. They're all just very quick and all have very good arms, so it's just such a relief when you see the ball go in the air. You're actually kind of hoping for it to go kind of up in the air to him, just because I have so much faith in him.
This one popped up.
And it's out.
Could be the ball game, but it's going to go out of play. The count 0-1.
Look at Clay. Where does Clay go again?
Louisiana.
Yeah.
Oh, Lafayette?
Yes.
Yeah.
0-1.
It's a good
Something
pitch.
off, a little high and outside, a ball on a strike.
Raging Cajuns.
Yes.
Oh,
Great
that's
name.
right. That is. Saw him wearing that shirt the other day. It's a great shirt.
1-1.
is.
This one on the ground to short. Could be the ball game. Rasmussen Fields throws to
Bang.
first in time, and the Big Train come from behind. Down 5-1 and win game 1 of the doubleheader. A final score of 6-5, staying ahead of the Crop Dusters. And an impressive 7-inning game for Bethesda.
Well, thanks, guys. I got to go out here do a handshake,
Yes,
but I'll be
of
back
course.
next game.
Jack
Thank
Robinson joining us. We
Checking
always
off.
appreciate it. He'll be back soon. Of course, Eli Kleinman's still here with us. What is one thing that really stood out to you for the Big Train offense?
Some timely hitting when they needed it. That's been the struggle as of late, but finding a way to come through when it matters the most.
The Big Train have now won 2 straight and are at least guaranteed a 500 record on the road trip. And for Bethesda, Martzoff will slam the door with a save. We'll be back in 30 minutes for Game 2. Eli Kleinman will do the play-by-play for that one. So from all of us here at the Big Train Baseball Network, we'd like to say thank you for watching. With Eli Kleinman, I'm Adam Glover. Our producer, Harrison Myers, will say so long to you, and we'll be back in 30 minutes for Game 2.